The world knows well Israel's enemies from without. But less well known are the enemies from within, a small but vocal and politically powerful group of radical, ultra-Orthodox Jews. Their approach to Judaism is very narrow. Their tolerance for those outside of their view of Judaism is non-existent. In their view, those who do not practice Judaism just as they do are in fact not real Jews, and therefore should not be allowed to live in or even visit Israel. Monday, February 21st, 2011. The group known as Yad Le'achim, which literally translated means hand to the brothers, decides to stage a rally in Ashdod, Israel. Ashdod is Israel's 5th largest city, with a population of over 200,000. Tonight, police have closed off the street near a Messianic Jewish congregation. It is here that Yad Le'achim will stage their demonstration. Men and boys, some as young as grade schoolers, are bussed in from all over Israel. The city provides police manpower and even barricades. Soon, the crowd grows to nearly 1,000. Messianic Jewish evangelist Yaakov Dunkani is forced to leave the area by police, seemingly for his own protection. Many in the crowd are carrying signs reading, "Missionaries are bad for Jews," and "Stop the missionaries before they bring death to our souls." Then the speeches began.
אדם הורג אדם הוא רוצח. אומרים חז"ל, המחטיאו הוא יותר גרוע מרוצח. היטלריסטים, יימח שמכם, תסתלקו מארצנו, תסתלקו מעירנו, תסתלקו, לכו לסין, לכו ליפן, יש לכם שם מיליארדים, לכו להודו. מה אתם רוצים מנשמות יהודיות זכות וטהורות? לא נשקוט ולא לנוח עד שנסלק את הנגע הנורא מהיום הזה מארצנו. כביכול שליחות של אותו ארור שהמציא את הדת הזאת. כל מטרתם לשפוך דם יהודי. כל מטרתם לגזול נפשות. מה הם רוצים? הם רוצים פתרון סופי. מה שהיטלר רצה. מה רצה היטלר עם עצמו? פתרון סופי, לגמור עם היהודים. לא יהיו יהודים יותר בעולם.
As the admonitions from the stage grew louder and more explicit, the crowd became more and more restless. Soon they began to turn on any outsiders, including our own Maoz cameraman, who became surrounded by an angry crowd. Eventually, unable to film, we were left with no choice but to leave the rally. So just who are Yad Le'achim? The group is actually a registered non-profit organization in the United States. Supporters can make tax-deductible donations to fund the group's efforts in Israel. That despite the fact that the group has been singled out by the US State Department. A State Department report noted a, quote, dramatic increase in violent assaults against Messianic Jews. The most high-profile attack on Messianic Jews was against the Ortiz family in Ariel. A bomb left at their house by Jack Titel critically injured 15-year-old Ami Ortiz. On February 3rd, 2011, Titel was back in court as his lawyers continue to argue that he is not mentally fit to stand trial. The court's district psychiatrist disagrees, even citing Titel's volunteer work with Yad Le'achim as proof that he is capable of forming relationships, and should therefore have no problem assisting his lawyers in his own defense.
Well, he was a volunteer. Now it's true, Yad Le'achim could say, we don't know all of our volunteers, so we don't know who this guy is. But nonetheless, the fact he's admitting he volunteered for Yad Le'achim, and we know that Yad Le'achim takes a very strong position, at least against the believers in Yeshua. So nonetheless, he was in a group that seemed to encourage him, or at least affirm him. in his ideology, where he carried out things that, from an ideological point of view, they wouldn't be disapproving, even though they may claim we don't tell anybody to go out and kill.
On this day in court, Titel came face to face with his victim for the first time. Ami Ortiz, now miraculously recovering from his injuries, came to the courthouse to see his confessed attacker with his own eyes. It also happened to be Ami's 18th birthday.
I was kind of scared, thinking, well, if I see him in person, maybe some sort of emotion of anger or something like that will come out, but thank God nothing like that happened.
He's taking it very, very well. And it has to do that when you forgive, you don't have, like the Bible says, love doesn't keep any records of wrong. So I think that's really been seen here.
Titel's attack on the Ortiz family happened at Purim time. In fact, the bomb was disguised as a Purim gift basket. The Yad Le'achim rally in Ashdod, where the chief rabbi called for Messianic Jews to be removed from Israel, was just weeks before the Purim holiday. And another Yad Le'achim rally against Messianic Jews in Arad, Israel, was held just days before Purim. Will the rabbi's admonitions inspire another Jack Titel?
מזרעו של המן הרשע, שגם הוא רצה להשמיד, להרוג ולאבד את כל היהודים אשר בכל מדינות המלך. כל הדורות, זה מה שהם רצו.
Despite the threats, Israel's Messianic Jewish community moves forward, undeterred, with Yeshua's message of love.
We don't want to lift up ourselves in any kind of way, or we want to lift up the name of Yeshua and really have the name of Yeshua to be respected in this country and not slandered and not put down and trampled underfoot. That's our desire. So may it be.